Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review, we are looking at the Marvel Legends Classic Vintage Retro, the WASP figure, which, surprisingly well done. Thought they were going to just kind of half-ass it, and it seems like they did a decent job, so I'm pretty pleased about that. I've always been particularly partial to the blue and white suit for her, so I like that a whole bunch, and it makes me happy that they included a little mini Ant-Man. That actually looks pretty good. So, very happy about this, so let's go ahead and get it off the stand and take a closer look. This figure stands just shy of 16.5 centimeters, which makes her just about 6 3/8 inches tall, just shy of most of the male figures. As far as accessories go, we can count the wings, I guess. We'll get to that when we get to the articulation, though. But we do have our little mini Ant-Man, which is surprisingly well done for this scale. He only stands just over 1.25 inches tall, and the details are really clean for this size. They're really well done. He doesn't look like a melted crayon like the mini Wasp figure that is just terrible. It's a piece of garbage. This is really, really well done. Very pleased with that. So back to the main figure, the paint job, pretty dang good. They did a surprisingly good job. They actually did what they were supposed to do. They molded the legs in white, painted the blue part, and the blue matches the other blue very nicely. The black could be a little bit cleaner, but it's still really clean. Unfortunately, at the forearms, it looks like they did paint them white, but they did a decent job. It's not the perfect match, but it's still pretty solid, so I like that. And then the paint job for the chest is also very clean. Even the skin tone, it matches the molded plastic skin tone very nicely. It's not like 100% match, but it's like 99.5%. It's very nicely done. I love that. I'm so glad they didn't screw that up. And then the face is painted very nicely. There's a little bit of shading in the hair. The wings have a little bit of a purpley pinkish pearlescent quality to them, just like wings do. All around, they really nailed this. It is executed very nicely. It's one of the better bodies they have too, not necessarily for articulation, but for the look. It's good. The paint job does make it look like she has really thick thighs, but they're actually normally sized, so I like that. It's okay. All right, so as far as the wings go, they do peg in, so you have a rotation there. Obviously, you have a hinge for the whole thing, and then you have a swivel for the bottom part, so you can do whatever you want with that. If you want to take them out, you can, but you end up with... you end up with tubers on her back, little tubers that stick out, so probably best to just leave the wings on. I don't know why you'd want to take them off anyway. So that's pretty good, though. They're pretty effective. They are relatively heavy, though. So if she's not in a flight pose on a stand, you're going to have some balance issues, but it's not too bad. As far as the articulation goes, definite lollipop, but it's not terrible because it's not actually too high. It's just the way it's sculpted. So it'll look ugly in some poses, but at least it's in the right position on the body, so that's fine. So your rotation's good. You do get some attitude, of course. Looking up and down's no problem at all. With lollipop syndrome and that swivel, it's never a problem. Shoulders work perfectly. No issues at all there. Although there is no bicep swivel, that comes down here in the elbow, but it does work, so we'll give them that. You do get slightly better than 90 degrees out of the bend, and then for the wrists, you have a swivel and a hinge. So that's all standard. Questionably large hands. It seems to be the case for the female figures. It doesn't really bother me. I don't think it's a problem. Some people don't seem to like it, but it's not that big of a deal. For the diaphragm joint, it's not the best they've ever done, but it's one of them. Forward and back is good. Side to side is there. Not a ton, but enough. And then you have your rotation. So much more effective and better looking than an ab crunch. I don't know why anybody prefers the ab crunch over a good diaphragm joint. And this isn't even the best, like I said, and it's still solid, so I like it. Hips go pretty far out to the side, far enough anyway, about 45 degrees going forward. Not the best range without kicking them out to the side, but it does work, so you can do this at least. Give her her little, like, flight pose. It's fine. No problems, really. Thigh swivels there. Double jointed knee works pretty well. It could have better range, but the thighs are pretty thick, so doesn't have the best. Ankles going back, no problem at all. Going forward, not bad. Could be better. Actually doesn't want to stay, so it's not very good at all, I guess. And then you have your ankle rocker, which is fine. So it's not a perfect release by any means, but it is pretty dang solid. So if you like the Blue Wasp costume, or vintage figures, or just decent figures, this is one to add to your list. It's really, really nice. I think you'll like it a whole bunch, so I recommend it. Thanks for watching, guys. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. It really does help me out a whole bunch. And if you haven't subscribed, you might want to think about doing that because I have new videos up just about every single day. We talk about action figures, movies, TV shows, video games, all kinds of fun stuff. So make sure you come back for that. And in the meantime, keep collecting.